everyone. It's another episode of Inspiring Stories. And as always, we work to be extremely relevant and address items that are happening day to day life. And just like today, Cliff's got another amazing story. We're ready, Cliff.
Thanks, April. Today's story, I wanted to talk about fear. And I was listening to an audio book this morning called Habits for Happiness by Dr. Tim Sharp. And he tickled me with a couple things that he said during the conversation that he had in the audiobook. And I was starting to think about this last year about fear in our lives. And it was a crazy year, and lots of fear out there. I mean, we had the fear of COVID, of us either getting sick or dying, or people that we know and love getting sick and dying. And then we had the fear of a new president coming in, whether what that would do for our country, and then fear of losing our income, our jobs and our businesses that came with the whole COVID experience, and then fear of a vaccine for some people, whether you chose to have it or not, and then now we're looking at fear of rising gas prices. There's always something in the paper. I love to read the paper in the morning because it just goes from one fear to the next next. By the time I'm done, I'm glad I'm in the sports section so not have to fear about anything. But I was also thinking about what are the benefits of fear? When we overcome a fear in our life, what are the benefits that we can derive from that? And so I started to think about some of those things. And Dr. Tim Sharp, he said that there's actually he's a positive psychologist, and he was talking about a syndrome, a type, they have a name for some of this stuff, and it's called post-traumatic growth. And I thought, wow, I'd never heard of that before, and I thought, that's fascinating to me. Because, as coaches, April and I, we're constantly helping people overcome their fears and watch them grow with us and help and guide them through a journey. And so I thought, what are some of the things that post-traumatic growth could be? What are the benefits that you can receive from overcoming big fears in your life? And the first one I thought of was, the simple thing that we all say: if I can survive this, I can survive anything. And and to me that's a real old one in some regards, because I can remember my dad saying, if I can survive World War II, I can survive anything in life that's going to throw at me. But it's true. And that kind of attitude gives you the confidence, right? That no matter what you face in life, whatever fear that you have and overcome, you can and will overcome it. It will happen. And then the second thing is that, we get lessons from fear, and it makes us wiser, right? It makes us a little bit wiser, and I think ultimately stronger from those lessons that we get from overcoming fear in our lives. When we take that step out the ledge and we overcome that fear, hey man, I've learned something from this. I can apply this to other things in my life. And then I think in what we coach a lot about fear is that when you overcome fear, that you're more prepared to serve other people, right? With similar fears, right? We can help them. I think about this a lot in sports. I teach a lot of young people football and lacrosse, and they have a lot of fears of, that first time somebody walks out and plays a varsity football game or a varsity lacrosse game, and they have their parents and friends and there's a crowd in this, and you've never experienced this in your life, and there's a great amount of fear. I can hear them tell me, Coach, I'm really afraid. I'm very nervous. But when we're able to break through that and learn from that experience and show them from my fear, I remember those days when I did that same thing, and those same things happened to me. So I'm able to tell them, hey, block it out this way. And if something doesn't work out the way you want, this is how you can overcome it, because I was able to do the same thing as you, and I was able to overcome those fears. And then the last thing I want to talk about is gratitude. When we overcome fears in our lives, we we are more grateful for everything else in our lives, right? We can see, as I listened to this audiobook and I started to think about gratitude and overcoming fear, and I was just looking around going, I'm here, I'm glad I'm alive, it's a beautiful day here in Florida, it's gorgeous out. And, I need to appreciate everything in life, the good and the bad, so those are the things that I look at as maybe they'll help you. Maybe you can tell us about how you overcame your fears and what benefits you're seeing in your life by overcoming your fears.
As we always appreciate you listening every week, and we will be back again with another inspiring story. We look forward to your comments. Hi, everyone.
Bye-bye.